Say something.
Say something, I'm giving up on you.
What do you say to that, Justin?
It is a good chicken sandwich right now.
It's starting.
Hello and welcome back to Beyond the Film Podcast. I'm Ryan.
I'm Tyler.
The third one, Justin.
Justin's
back.
alive!
I am back and just got the bandages off yesterday, actually.
How was
Eaten
the
by a-
hospital stay?
Cold and bitter.
Yeah.
Like chocolate.
I think Tyler was just going to say, too, eaten by a snake.
Beaten to death by a monkey.
And attacked
Probed
by
by aliens.
not really zombies.
Yeah. What else have we seen recently? What's the Silent Hill analogy you could think of?
Sat through a crappy movie.
Yeah. Which is probably the worst out of all of that. Screw getting beat by a monkey. Watching Silent Hill is so much worse.
I think I'd rather watch paint dry.
I think we did watch paint dry in that movie. I'm going to be honest.
No.
I'm always the one to defend horror movies on this podcast, and I have got no defense for this.
Yeah. I mean, I'll usually back a bad movie if it's entertaining, but this was not entertaining.
It wasn't. It wasn't entertaining. It wasn't good. It wasn't fun. It wasn't even cheesy fun. It was a bad movie.
So we're just jumping right into this?
We're jumping right into this. It was just a bad movie.
Yeah. Pulling the Band-Aid off.
Yeah. I mean, am I wrong?
No.
No.
I think this is one of the first times on this show where we are pretty much in near unanimous agreement. The movie's terrible. The most fun I had with this movie was the 10 minutes I fell asleep during it.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought about not even writing a review because I fell asleep, and frankly, when I woke up, I wouldn't say I was lost, but it's not like the movie's doing you any favors to bring the movie together even without the 10 minutes that I didn't see.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of the rare movies where I just find no redeeming qualities. The acting isn't good. It's actually hilariously video gamey in a way. It's that video game level of super serious overacting only works in video games. When it's in a movie that's trying to take itself seriously, it just doesn't work. I mean, I'm trying to struggle to think of something good. I mean, I guess the production design was okay, but
I can give it one redeeming quality, and the only redeeming quality I can give it is the set design. The set design was 1-for-1 to Silent Hill 2, the video game. It was fantastic. All of the budget from the movie went into that set design. It was fantastically done. Everything else sucked. The monsters were really crappy CGI, Sci-Fi Channel in the early 2000s level. They didn't
Silent type.
Yes. Honestly, I feel it's been a really long time, but I feel like the old Silent Hill movies had better CGI than what we saw in this movie.
I think they did.
Did I even see those? I don't even know if I saw those. I'm going to be completely honest with you. It's probably no.
We've been on such a good track for video game movies in the past couple of years, and it's almost like we've completely taken a step backwards, and we're back at House of the Dead from the early 2000s level movies. It was just awful. It was disrespectful to the story of the game, even though that they said it was going to be the Silent Hill 2 movie. And I'm not a huge Silent Hill fanboy, but I've played Silent Hill 2, and it's a pretty solid game. Convoluted enough. We didn't need to make the story more convoluted.
You didn't need to add the other two games into it, 1 and 2, or 1
Yes.
and 3 in there.
And make up characters. And one of the things that really bugs me, and it gets me really big, is every piece of advertising I saw for this movie was, which ending will they choose? Which ending will it be? Is it going to be the dog ending? No, it's not. They take one ending and then they make up their own goddamn ending for it. It wasn't even one of the actual endings from the game, really. And that's what gets my... it pisses me off. And it shouldn't piss me off. This movie was just bad, and that pisses me off.
Yeah, I mean, there's a level that it could have reached where like you could just lean into the hamminess. You could go for so bad it's good. I mean, I think, you know, something like House of the Dead is like it don't get me wrong, that's an awful movie. Uwe Boll's a terrible director. But like at least I'll remember that movie in 10 years for existing because it's so bad. Whereas like this movie is just so bad, but it's also not bad enough to even be memorable.
No.
Like
Yeah, just to make you mad about it.
Yeah. Because I'm going in pretty much completely blind. I have like no experience with the Silent Hill games. You said outside of like maybe a few things here and there, it pretty much follows the same general story of the second Silent Hill game, or is it completely off?
I mean, if you can, there's a character called James and there's a character called Mary, and I'd say everything else is free roam.
The names are the same, and that's about it.
So it's like 80s Mario Brothers?
Yeah,
like
I would put it on the
like,
same level as the 80s Mario Brothers, yes.
Okay.
That's a perfect comparison.
Okay. Wow. Okay. I didn't know it was that bad.
It's like they took parts of the game, like I said, they did set design for the game really well. So you're like, oh, this is where we are, this is this part. But they also cut out one of the coolest, scariest parts of the game, and that's the prison. There's like a whole underground prison system that is abandoned, and it's like the scariest part of the game, and they completely cut it out and didn't even mention it. And that's also aggravating, because that would have been a redeeming quality to see something scary in the movie. I mean, it was jump scare galore. That's all it was. There was no eeriness to it like the old Silent Hill movies or the games.
Well, I think a general problem with this too is like, I'm guessing Silent Hill 2 is one of the more well-reviewed games of the series. That's why they chose to make a movie adaptation of that. Okay, right. That was my assumption. The problem with that is you basically advertise the movie as a sequel, right? Yeah. Like even when I came home, Lizzie's like, "Did you even see the first one?" I'm like, "I don't think that's how this works." Like, this is just a straight up adaptation, although it's called Return to Silent Hill. So I'm like, is that affecting its already minimal box office numbers? The fact that people thought it was a sequel and didn't go see it because they didn't see the first?
So,
like,
it's one of those things where you can kind of play the Silent Hill games out of order. Like, I will be honest, I've only played Silent Hill 2 Remake, and I played Silent Hill F. And those are the only two Silent Hill games I've really played. But they're like their own contained stories, kind of like the Persona series.
Yeah, because the first one has nothing to do with the second one, and then I think the third one is...
Well...
yeah, and that's fine. Like, video games can get away with that, right? Because you're not just watching something, you're interacting with the world around it. So I'm not saying this always happens, but story is sometimes sacrificed for gameplay. And for the most part, video game fans accept that, right? Not every game is something of the narrative powerhouse like a Red Dead Redemption 2 or like an Uncharted series, right? Like oftentimes games are more about the gameplay elements rather than the narrative. And Silent Hill 2 definitely seems like, if this is anything like the game, like just narrative structure, like it seems pretty loose, and that may work for a game, but it clearly doesn't work for a movie. And frankly, I mean, if I remember how badly those previous Silent Hill films were received, I'm guessing none of the films in this franchise are able to adequately capture like the essence of these movies, you know?
Well, first I want to counter with one thing, and that's there are some movies that can pull it off, like Thanksgiving 3, the first movie to skip its own sequel.
Well, that's not necessarily true.
And those movies aren't good.
They're fun to watch. They're a lot more fun than Return to Silent Hill.
Anything is more fun than this. The Materialist is better to watch than this.
I don't know if we're going that far.
I will. I'll watch Materialist before I watch this.
I would probably watch this again before I watch Materialist.
If you think of the Naked Gun franchise, too, by the way, it literally skipped, what is that, 31 movies, going from Naked Gun 2.5 to Naked Gun 33 1/3. So, you know.
The other thing... God, that was so stupid. I already lost my train of thought.
You're welcome.
Oh, no, I wanted to bring up what you said before about the older movies not being good. So the older movies, yeah, they weren't received well, and the director got death threats from those original movies. and
I think
was
the
literally
first one,
told
though,
in those death threats though, like, do not touch Silent Hill 2. Like, that is the one thing that nobody can touch. So, like, I'm curious to see how bad these reviews actually continue to get. If we got death threats over the last ones, I don't know what's going to happen with this one.
Well, if memory serves me correct, I think the Rotten Tomatoes score went up. Like, it was
yeah,
at
I
a
think
6,
the
but I think it's
first
like
one got
11.
like better as time went on. Like I think it became a cult classic for some people.
Mhm.
I think the second one everyone still hates, but yeah, like you said, Ryan, like I think this guy's we better probably lock himself in the safe house or something.
Is this the
Maybe
same
get the FBI
director?
to change his identity. Yeah, it's the same director.
Oh my god, you'd think he'd learn.
He clearly did not. Even though he is a gamer, he doesn't know the game. And I
Yeah,
even went
right.
back and rewatched Welcome to Raccoon City just to compare it to this. And as much as I know it's not a good movie, and maybe it's because I like Resident Evil a little bit more, the same problem with that movie is the same problem with this movie. Sets look great, looks like they just took it from the game and put it in real life, but they're cramming so much in. Like they're putting so much in there, so many things, and you don't need to do that. And then with Return to Silent Hill, there's no pacing. Like he's literally running to get it done. It's like he's speed running to get the game done because he doesn't want to be there.
Yeah.
He's running the entire time. Half the stuff doesn't make sense. The story doesn't make sense. Everything they changed isn't even for the better. It's for the whole lot worse. And it's like, what did you want to do out of this? What were you trying to? Were you trying to get a sequel? Because you ruined any chance of that. And were you trying to be like, oh, we don't want to make our main character the horrible bad guy? Which that's the whole point of the whole game is finding out these pieces and being like, oh shit, like we've just followed this guy the entire way, and this is what he did. Like, it's just why throw in the cult that doesn't make sense? Why change Mary's backstory? Why change James? Why change Laura? Why even add characters who don't have anything to the story like Eddie? Just to be like, oh, I remember that scene with him puking. No one cares. If
On
he
the
doesn't mean anything.
on the contrary, like they really missed out on, spoiler alert, God forbid, but
Yeah,
like
no one's watching it.
no they really missed out on the opportunity for them to do like the seven deadly sins, because like in this movie they like turn all those characters into being a part of Mary or something. They are all their own separate characters dealing with their own stuff, and Eddie's actually a really good flushed out character in the game. Same with the Angela and
she's
Laura.
actually the same character as Mary, and she's not. She's a totally different. Laura's not even a ghost in the game. She's her own person that knows Mary. So like, it's just, why did everyone have to be connected to Mary or to James? And then the whole, here, let's hand fist you the whole metaphor of it's all James's mind. Like, I don't need to know that. We don't need to see that shit. Stuff.
Well, I don't got much left to say. How do you guys feel? Would you see it? Would you run to the theater and see this movie?
No.
I don't even think you need to catch it streaming.
Just play the game.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even think it's worth a curious Netflix watch, to be completely honest with you. Like, if I give a movie a half a star, like, it's a movie I just can't in good conscience recommend to anyone, except those three old ladies that apparently are big Silent Hill fans.
They were mad.
I really loved that
Great.
movie.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Great job bringing that up. There were like three old women in the back of the theater that we thought were going to be really annoying the whole time, because they were like, why don't they?
The wrong movie. Like,
why don't they remake Village of the Damned? And like talking about
more about it than all of us.
Yeah,
I know.
They stood up at the end, and we're just like,
all right, Cynthia.
What did they do to the game? The game was so much better. It's like, damn, Granny, you're like 60s, 70s. You're playing Silent Hill 2? That shit scared me.
They must have played it with the tank controls where it just pissed people off instead of scaring them.
Oh my god.
I mean, is that going to be us? Like,
it
65
is us.
Old, going to see the long-awaited return to Silent Hill 3, The Return?
Tyler, we go to see movies every week on discount movie day. We pretty much are getting the senior discount. Like, we are seniors already.
Thanks.
I'm okay
I
with
already
it.
got where I'm constantly reminded of my age. Speaking of that, I have a class of mostly freshmen. Freshmen are born in 2010 and 11, for the record.
Mm-hmm.
Freshmen in high school. Yeah,
I
that's
was
just.
leaving high school.
Yeah, I know. Like, we're getting to the point now where the year I graduated from high school will now be entering high school, and that just like makes me feel so unbelievably old.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Thank God for cereal and cartoons on Saturday.
Justin, you still do that.
That's why I said it. I said thank God for it.
stay young when you can. Stay young if you can.
Justin is arguably the oldest person in the group, but also the youngest at heart.
Yeah, can you not see all the toys and video games back
Mhm.
there?
That is
Yeah. There's literally even a soda collection. Like,
it leads for a better life, man. Like,
yeah, I'm Peter
Growing
Pan
up.
in this.
All right. Well, we got another episode to record, a better one than this. So
a much
It's gonna
better
be
one.
more enjoyable.
Yes.
Skip the movie. Don't see Silent Hill. The acting
Play the
wasn't
game.
the worst of it. I'll tell you that.
It was.
No, there was way worse stuff with the movie than the acting.
Okay, yeah.
That was
like-
funny. I'll take that.
Okay, yeah, I'm done. I'm not talking about this movie anymore.
See you next week.